Jazz, 36 points. The two big guys for the Warriors, only 16. I think Steph and Jimmy need a big second half to change things. Kevin Love, 3. Quentin Post, easiest rebound of the night. They've just said, Will Hardy's like, I am putting multiple guys on Curry every single time and daring anyone else to have a night.
They're going to play Steph off the ball probably more this half and see if they can get them to make mistakes.
Quentin Post with a wide open 3. Got it. Jimmy Butler knew what he was doing, took all the defense, and QP now. He has 8.
They're going to struggle to make those second efforts. Kevin Love was just staying with Jimmy Butler as Lauri Markkanen is still going. You got to get it for Markkanen. You got to get into him, man.
He's 10 of 13 for his 24 points.
Find a way to get up into him, show him more bodies. He's just in that flow state. You got to quell his rhythm somehow.
Shot clock at 7. Butler being fronted. And Jimmy, he knows all the tricks in the book.
You're just exploiting that switch. Keyonte George switched onto him, but he's on the wrong side. Let him front you. Don't fight him. Throw it over the top.
Markkanen. Seen him score in bunches, but not this efficiently. And he's making everything finally off iron there. Luke trying to stay with Curry. The one-handed passes. St. George now to Luke. Reset 3. Right now, Utah's hit everything. They're a very pedestrian three-point shooting team. They're 18th in the league. You would not know that. That guy's the best three-point shooter ever. And Steph Curry bottoms at 3.
He's just going fast early offense before the double team can get there. I think that's the right idea for him. He's got to get a little trickier and craftier, think the game here.
Markkanen again with the pump fake, putting it in and drawing the foul.
He's getting wide pin downs. He had 2 to
Utah's rebuild and all their young players. Markkanen's 28 years old. So he's not, he's not 22, 23. He's not like Keyonte George and these guys.
He's a bona fide leader. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's been around the league, a lot of different locker rooms, a lot of different dynamics.
Chicago and Cleveland.
He can kick knowledge to these young guys.
Butler. See that corner 3. Quentin Post flew in there, saved it, and got a foul.
Done. But they didn't even try there. They're just watching the ball in the air. And it's easy to do. It's kind of great.
That offensive rebound against Steph free throw. That's 5 points you just found. And you're going to need every one of them tonight.
Well, look at GP2.
He challenges in one game, though.
You can't ask for more than that.
Take that. Quentin Post. An open 3. So, without Draymond Green, who was ejected in the first half, if you're watching the Niner game and just joining us, the Warriors have to dig in defensively, but the way Post is shooting now, he's got 11, joining Steph in double figures.
There's another Steph double team.
He's shooting 27% on threes for 9 games, so it's good to see him kind of come out of that. 40% last year. Markkanen, an air ball, okay. Lauri Markkanen comes back to earth. That would help the Warrior cause. He's still 11 of 16 tonight. GP2 guiding it home.
Make Kevin Love make a decision in there. And Jimmy Butler's going to drive him, break the paint, make Kevin Love help. He couldn't get back to GP2. That was simple.
Kevin Love and Luke. Get it to Keyonte George. GP2, give me that. What a beautiful steal.
He's gotten Keyonte George twice now.
Oh, Steph was fouled and hopefully not hurt. 2 team fouls, Warriors 2 team fouls, Curry 3 long. And Kevin Love with the rebound. Against Orlando, Kevin Love has 16 points and 16 boards. Markkanen continues to score inside.
He's just agile and aggressive. He's running the floor. He's attacking every way possible.
Warriors been down by as many as 12. Steph to Quentin Post. I'll tell you, it's Curry, the decision maker there.
Oh, he's coming off of that pin down, and 2 guys meet him again. He's just ready for it now. He's anticipating it. Guys are going to be open. Set a screen for Steph. You'll be open.
Keyonte George traveled. He with the ball fake, but kept shuffling his feet in the process.
They have Keyonte George kind of second-guessing himself as G-Man Will Richard.
And Moses Moody. All jumping in on that on the perimeter. Post the decision maker. Paying it off.
The little, again, they're finding ways to pick them apart.
11-2 run. Markkanen had to give it up. Luke. GP2 deflected, but got all the way out to Keyonte George, time to set his feet, and that's danger time. He's got 18, 4 of 6 on threes. Two main guys for Utah are firing. Curry in response, a three of his own.
And he was looking at Simone Jenkins before that one went in. The umpire officially ghosted him. Got into Markkanen's body, just bounced off of him. Steph is powerful, more powerful than you think.
Your skip pass, Markkanen for three. Shot an air ball. Air ball goes to the offense. Mikhailiuk pays it off.
And Markkanen second guessing now. He's missed one short where he airballed. That's an air ball long.
Curry knocked down again.
Listen, Steph Curry
happens twice all season. It's going to take a lot from the guys in blue, and a lot from that guy. He was bottled up in the first half. He had only 9. He's already got 11 halfway through the third in this quarter.
Well, they're just showing him a bunch of bodies all half, and they got a turnover.
Knocked it away.
Forced a turnover.
Podziemski running. Drop it off to Moody. Payoff TJD.
Okay. It's time for the Warriors to fire up now. They got Steph fired up. He's doing his thing. You're running the floor, getting him in fast break opportunities now.
Down 12 to up 4. Markkanen. Steph was out. First half, he had only Podziemski running.
You're running the floor, getting him in fact.
He flips it in, draws the foul.
Deep. He's got that kind of range. He's got it like that. Here's the bucket after that. He's directing traffic. Run with me. Keep up with me. Interior passing.
That was so pretty right there.
Finish strong. The Warriors are feeling good now. Now you have the lead. You've had a nice quarter. The first half was an uphill battle. Now they're feeling your pressure. You're bearing down on them.
Keyonte George had 236. George had 232.
It up. Run with me. Keep up with me. Interior passing.
That was so pretty right there.
Finish strong. The Warriors are feeling good now. Now you have the lead. You've had a nice quarter. The first half was an usher. You're bearing down on them.
Keyonte George had 2 37-point games in December. He's got 20 midway through the third here. Missed the free throw. So TJD with D'Anthony Melton. Santos, Podziemski, and Curry. Draymond Green's been ejected, so the rotation's going to change a little bit. Steph, it's 6 to shoot. Stop, go. Cycle to Podziemski. 3 on the way. And off back iron. But Utah, Hendricks. Lepowski switches out on Podziemski. Driving in the baseline to a cutting Melton to lay it up and in.
Drive from one side, cut from the other. Everybody's watching Pod's work, driving that baseline. Your man turns his head. D'Anthony Melton is moving.
Warriors had no players in double figures at halftime. They have 4 in double figures now. Hendricks driving, spinning. Trace fouled him. Protecting the rim, but got him up.
Get inside after that 3 ball.
Couple free throws from California Community Colleges.
In there from D'Anthony Melton. Pod's making the play. I love that he's not just watching Steph Curry. Steph is fired up. He's doing his thing. Steph popped out, could have passed it to him. Drive in there. You kind of catch the defense off guard as they all think you're working with Steph. Drive in there, create some.
And Curry putting it up and in. Oh, he thought about dunking that in a half-court set.
He got a little rim grazer.
The Warriors are 13 of 15 shooting in the quarter.
That's cool. Go ahead and raise the roof.
Hendricks, well defended by Santos, had to give it up. Sensabaugh pays it off.
Steph was raising his hand there. That's overhelp. Didn't really need that. The on-ball defender had him under control.
Steph had that knocked away. That's why it wasn't an up and down. Santos to Trace. He went to hammer that, and Hendricks fouled him.
And D'Anthony Melton, they're directing traffic. The rim grazers.
37 years old.
You know, he's got some bounce.
No, but last year in the playoffs, he had a hamstring pull. Don't do that.
Don't bubble. Don't bubble. I'm trying to figure out who wants to take the ball out of bounds.
Looking for Steph, and Hendricks trying to stay with him at 6'9". And pretty physical with Curry there. Podziemski had to make something out of nothing.
Because they switched everything.
They even had the crowd saying they were bouncing Steph around like a pinata there off the ball. Filipowski, good footwork.
TJD thought he was going to pass that one out. Lulled him to sleep a little bit.
A lot of work in the comeback. And now Utah tying it back up.
Now you have to use all your experience. You've walked him down.
15-minute game. Step back, Curry. This Curry flurry has been fun to watch.
When I say use all your experience, I mean the Steph Curry experience. Step backs.
Oh, you're too easy.
That's quickness. You're just not ready to move your feet.
Say it again. We talked about Utah's defensive deficiencies. Curry from the Ferry Building drops in at 3, and the Human Torch has been fully lit in the third.
Did you see his reaction after that? Put 2 hands on his head like, I am amazing.
Well, 5 years ago today, he was amazing with his career best. That's 62 5 years ago.
He does stuff like this on the regular.
That's the ball. And knocked away. Steph is fouled. Is that for Dubs? 16 of 25. Utah shot 12 of 18.
Well, their offenses look great when they're not turning the ball over. Only 2 turnovers in that quarter. And Jimmy Butler missed one, but Podziemski gets it.
What a rebound by Pods. Will Richard 3. Got it! All Podziemski's effort gets a 3-pointer.
That is 16 second chance points to 5 in favor of the Warriors. That is a big part of the game.
I think of Utah, and it's my favorite quote, and I use it a lot. You always hear it as Kevin Love hits it. Rebounding is your opportunity to compete for possession of the ball. That was Jerry Sloan. That's what he said.
There's going to be a lot of misses. Go compete and get some of those.
Podziemski, speaking of a competitor, will draw the foul, but just rebounding.
Will Richard, D'Anthony Melton has had a really solid game. 3 for 5 from three-point range for him.
On the year, they're the 4th best free-throwing team in the NBA at 82%, but tonight, 12 of 18. And you kind of feel like you're going to need every point.
Are you going to get another clutch game here? The 2nd game of the year?
Isaiah Collier stopped again in the lane. Walter Clayton. The shot clock at 7. Here's Collier again, attacking like a tailback. Post sent him away a few times, and then Markkanen missed the 3, and Post with a rebound. What a sequence by Quentin Post.
He moved his feet against the guard. Kept Collier from getting all the way to the basket. That is containment.
Steph resting right now. This is Jimmy Butler, Podziemski, Will Richard with Post and Moses Moody.
See if they can get Jimmy Butler involved here. He's directing traffic in the corner without the ball.
Podziemski's got to make something out of nothing. Shot clock at 2. Throws Butler a grenade. Will Richard beats the buzzer with a 3.
But Jimmy Butler knew exactly how much time he had. The poise under pressure. That's almost as good as him rising up with the grenade. He knew exactly how much time he had. That one defender committed to him. Find Will Richard.
Markkanen, he's had the night, flipping it up and out. Post again, played the D.
And look at Podziemski and Jimmy Butler getting in there. How's your fight? Battle.
This is the Warriors' biggest lead right now. They flipped the game by 20 points. Down 12 to up 8. Butler in the lane to lay it in.
You're exploiting all these switches. 2 defenders staying up with Moses Moody. They wanted to switch it. They couldn't figure it out. They're botching the coverages. Slip out of these.
Markkanen made him pick up the dribble. Clayton is a great perimeter shooter, missing there. Ricochet out to Collier. Skip past Kevin Love. Markkanen, 31 on the night. Step back 3 at 7-1. The Post didn't give up a blow by. Who's got to be careful?
Yeah, you got to have the awareness. You got to know Collier is bearing down on you right there.
Only the 2nd Warriors turnover of the half. Collier missing, tip up and out. And you've got a rebound on the national championship. He's like, how did Will Richard last to the 56th pick in the draft?
That's what I'm saying. Clayton Jr. was a baller, too, for Florida. He was averaging 19 a game that last year.
Post. He is doing everything. He's got 15. 6 of 9 shooting. I can't believe his improvement defensively from year 1 to year 2.
It's a feel-good night for Quentin Post. And again, this has happened all night. 2 defenders stay up with Jimmy Butler that time. He made the right pass into the roller. They're not getting any 3rd defender, any weak side help, anything that's going to bother the Warriors at the rim.
Collier flipping it up and out, and Markkanen hammering it home.
You didn't crack anybody. You didn't box out.
But you said the second chance points, 16-7, still favoring the Dubs.
You got 40 points in the paint now. Gotten a lot of good action, not a good balance to your offense.
Podziemski's doing something smart here. The shot clock doesn't start, but the game clock is running. When you have a lead, just get 10, 12 seconds off, no problem.
Milk the clock.
Saying that, that's just 10 seconds you erased for no reason. Boston and Denver, Jokic had started that. He just waited to get the foul. The pump
Self almost caved in my chest. He came up on me.
Did you ever
to have? If you can just have the body control like Jimmy Butler does, to be able to pump fake.
Jimmy, 13 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. He had been under the weather last night. He comes back. Keyonte George trying to reheat. And leftovers aren't as good in the holidays. Off iron there.
I always like leftovers, but in this case, you're right.
I just went with the reheat thing, so I like the leftovers after. I understand. That's Billy Kennedy, 28 years in the league.
It's a lot of years.
And tipped. Jimmy won it. Moody saved it.
We got the first throw involved in this game.
Podziemski off iron there, but the shot clock at 5. He had to launch there. And here comes Keyonte George. Keyonte George took the body bump, and he's going to the line.
4% from three-point range.
He got 7 assists, too.
He is dynamic.
But you could see Ace Bailey is out tonight, but
I think a couple summers ago, and then he went to the Olympics after that. But isn't basketball amazing? I bet Keyonte George, when he's growing up, he never thought he'd end up in Finland for any reason. One of his teammates is from there. Why not? Check it out.
A truly global game. Nearly a third of the players are not from the United States. The NBA, you can play, they're going to find the 450 best basketball players in the world. Moses Moody missing that 3. All right, Kate, to finish this, you're up 10, you're inside 7 minutes. What are you focusing on?
Keep taking care of the ball. Only 3 turnovers in the half. You're getting great looks every time as you get Clayton Jr. knocking down a 3. You got to keep them from getting high percentage looks, contest everything, no mistakes on defense, talk out everything.
You're about a minute away from Steph Curry coming back in.
You're trying to take advantage of their switches. They're switching literally everything.
Anthony Melton down the lane and right to the rim.
But you can use Jimmy Butler as a screener there. And he set a really good one. He kept his man from switching on to DeAnthony Melton.
And Melton 13 today off the bench.
And made DeAnthony Melton's defender go around him.
Clayton hit one. Off back iron there, ricocheted Keyonte George. Kevin Love thought about that 3, and Jimmy Butler anticipated, steal, and fouled. Stuff faster than you. And dropping in the free throw.
Competitive. He wants to play the exact right way and then beat you at that.
I gotta find out if Jimmy plays chess. Since Clay got traded, people are ducking me on the chessboard.
If he doesn't play, he'll learn and get really good pretty fast, I think.
Frightening. Halfway through the 4th, Steph is back in. Keyonte George, Melton playing good defense. Can he get the rebound? Trace does, but he had a rebound foul on the Warriors.
Steps back.
Markkanen continues to roll 35 tonight.
And they exploited the Warriors switch. Steph Curry switched on to him. He's got the size advantage in there. You might want to come down and help a little sooner. Double team that.
Executing on offense. Utah's beaten Detroit. They've beaten San Antonio. They are not afraid, particularly with Markkanen and Keyonte George are rolling. Lob to Trace is hammered down. GP2 threw it perfectly.
The 2 guys stayed up with Steph Curry. He's back in the game. And Davis' defender to help. Let him fly.
Keyonte George. Trace gave ground, didn't commit the foul. Steph is headed the other way. Anthony Melton 3. GP2 going to save it. Guy Santos moved to make himself available, and he'll smart.
To do that in a quarter after you've been double-teamed and triple-teamed the whole game is impressive.
Kyler same with Curry. Trace really had that rebound. Markkanen on the outlet. Kyler soaring in on DeAnthony Melton will kick it out. They ran Clayton off the 3-point line. Guy Santos knows the scouting report. Keyonte George 3. DJD, good box out.
That is scramble mode. successfully executed.
Second half, the Warriors have shot 65% from the field. Curry's been in the middle of all of it, but good attacking inside. A lot of dunks and layups. Steph behind the back. GP2 will tee up a three and rattle that out.
They've been using all of the Steph double teams against the Jazz. Everything the Jazz do, they use it against them. They're rolling to the basket. They're exploiting switches, but they're taking care of the ball, most important.
Curry with the foul there. He was the Final Four most outstanding player. 43% on threes average. Defense, as you mentioned repeatedly tonight, that's not the problem for Utah. They're 7th highest scoring team in the league. You got Markkanen, you got Keyonte George, you got shooters coming off the bench. It's slowing other teams down. Nine-point lead, but a long way to go. Steph was fouled.
He drew it. He's getting good at that. Jumping into. They're saying, let's try something different. He's making them pay this way, too.
Kawhi on my GSW hoop.
I have a lot of family members that are on high alert.
They love Hello Kitty.
It's wild, isn't it?
Huge.
It's a world phenomenon. Worldwide.
I remember I had the Hello Kitty plush doll a year ago. People tackled me to take it. I was like, here, you can have it. I made their night. Keyonte George on GP2. Interchange with Markkanen. Shot clock at 10. Keyonte George now on Steph. Curry moving his feet. Keyonte, interesting footwork. Gets it out to Clayton for three. And TJD another rebound.
That was clean. That wasn't a walk.
No, I'm just saying interesting footwork.
But Steph had some interesting footwork moving his feet, making sure he couldn't get that one off. He got a little help, then switched out. Really good team defense.
Inside 3 minutes. Curry, step back, off front iron. I'm just so impressed with the Dubs with the 3 turnovers in the second half. They're capable of having these nights, of taking care of the ball, and they're such a different team when they do.
They realize they didn't have to throw any tough passes. This is not a great defensive team that's going to make you do that.
Yeah, you're going to get Kawhi and the Clippers having won 6 in a row. And
why did you talk about turnovers?
It's my fault. It's my fault. I mentioned a turnover and it happens. It's my fault.
That is totally on you.
Melton knocked that away.
He was trying to get it back, too. Yeah, we were talking about this with Kessler.
If you had Kessler and Markkanen together, you got 2 7-footers. They one inside, one outside. Markkanen missing that 3. Batted back by Mikhailuk. Sensabaugh missing, and Melton with the rebound. One thing for the Warriors, they've held Keyonte George 0 for 5 in the 4th. So they stopped one of their 2 main weapons. Couple more buckets or a couple more stops. They're playing the clock as well as the Jazz right now. Trailed by as many as 12, lead by 11. GP2 cut and flipped it up and out. Trayce Jackson-Davis, he's going to put that in. TJD with 9 points and 6 rebounds in 15 minutes. Very productive.
Crash rate 100%, 1,000%.
I think also, after Phil Polisino put up the graphic, the Warriors had beaten Utah 10 straight times at home. It's tough. And when they got down 12, people like Phil much less than they normally do. He's going to be saved tonight by Gary Payton, Steph Curry, and others.
It took a lot of mental toughness to overcome that graphic.
Don't put a 10-game winning streak graphic in the second quarter.
It's bad juju.
It is. Warriors overcame it anyway.
Warriors found their juice tonight, though.
Anthony Melton ticked off iron. Coming upon the final minute here. Laid up and in by Sensabaugh. Bryce Sensabaugh, the 1 year at Ohio State. Another 22-year-old on this team. Oh no, dangerous pass that Melton came to meet.
That's how you do it. Come to the ball. Be a wide receiver. Save your quarterback.
Clippers have won 6 in a row. The Warriors are going to have won 6 out of 8. It's going to be a big matchup Monday in LA. The one road game between now and January 21st. And